911, what's your emergency?
Hiding the truth is the same as telling a lie. Be open, honest, and tell everything. If you have to hide it, you should not do it in the first place. Lie detection, also known as polygraphy, is a scientific method of detecting deception with the use of a polygraph instrument. Polygraph is a scientific diagnostic instrument used to record psychological changes in blood pressure, pulse rate, respiration, and skin resistance of an examinee under controlled condition, and it is also known as truth verifier. Now, we are going to present the polygraph machine made by Group 2.
Polygraph, commonly referred to as a lie detector, is an instrument that records several indicators of stress, breathing rate, perspiration, blood pressure, and pulse rate. The first polygraph was created in 1921 when a Californian-based policeman and psychologist John A. Larson devised a apparatus to simultaneously measure continuous changes in blood pressure, heart rate, and respiratory rate. He named his instrument the polygraph, a word coming from Greek word meaning several written because instrument had the ability to read multiple psychological responses at the same time and document this response or a rotating drum of smoke vapor.
The purpose of polygraph examination is to assess the veracity of statements made by individuals by detecting physiological changes in their body, such as pulse rate, blood pressure, respiration, and skin resistance. In our case, we employ the polygraph examination to ascertain whether the suspect committed a crime under Republic Act 8353, also known as Anti-Rape Law of 1997, by discerning the truthfulness of their denial. This involves identifying if the individual is being deceptive regarding their involvement in alleged crime.
Allow me to explain the purpose of three major components of polygraph machine. First, we have 𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥 that was designed to detect changes in the cardiovascular activity, changes in blood pressure and pulse beat of the subject. Second, the 𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥 designed to detect and record changes in respiration of the subject. This is the 𝗪𝗈1, pneumatic connection for upper thoracic 𝗪𝗈graph. And this one is 𝗪𝗈2, pneumatic connection for lower abdominal 𝗪𝗈graph. And lastly, the galvanograph that was designed to detect changes in skin resistance of the subject.
We started making our polygraph machine by measuring the cardboard to make a rectangular prism that will serve as the base of our machine. The next step was to paint it with white paint. Then we printed some details on the machine, like the legend and the fuses. The next thing we did was to connect the wires to the dynamo and fix it tightly so it wouldn't move. Beside it, we attached the power switch. We also put on a marker cap to serve as the holder. To make the wire more firm, we added a support to the connection using a triangular piece of cardboard and a stick glue. To make the polygraph machine more realistic, we used ball pens and wrapped them with electric tape and yarn for a better outcome. We twist some wires to make the movement of the pens realistic. We also made a small box to cover the dynamo and to look better when presenting the polygraph machine.
The material used in our polygraph machine are first, the whole cardboard. Second, the switch on and off, switch on and switch off. Next is the power buttons or the improvised buttons, or what we call this is the panel control. Next is the printing pictures, consists of polygraph charts, picture, fuse. Next is the sponge and the pressure gauge. Next is the hard wire, and we have the three major components of the polygraph machine. That's all for the polygraph machine.
Parts of polygraph machine. In making our polygraph machine, we used cardboard as our foundation. The second thing we did was connect the battery, dynamo, the switch, and the wire to see if it would work. To make it more realistic, we used some knobs from the deprecated speaker. The 4 pins in our polygraph machine serve as the legend of the polygraph chart. Then for the making of the 3 components of the polygraph machine, we use deprecated blood pressure equipment for our 𝗪𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥, from the width, necklace, clip, buttons, wire, and garter for 𝗪𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥, wire and garter for galvanograph. Additionally, we printed out the polygraph chart and the borders of our polygraph machine.
Phase 1. Preliminary preparation. First, sworn statement of suspect, witnesses, victim, and complainant. Second, incident or spot report of the suspect, witnesses, complainants, and victims. Third, rough sketch of pictures of the crime scene and other facts such as specific article and exact amount of money stolen. Result or laboratory tests. 10. Unpublished facts of the offense known only by the victim, suspect, and the investigator.
Phase 2. Pre-test interview. The appraisal of subjects' constitutional right. Obtain subjects' consent to undergo polygraph tests by signing as a statement of consent. The taking of personal data of the subject. Determining his/her suitability as a subject. Evaluating the psychological preparation of the subject. Informing the subject of his involvement to the case.
Phase 3. Examination proper. Placement or attachment of polygraph sensors. First is pneumograph, 𝗪𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥, galvanograph sensors with relevant questions, and control questions.
The testing is about to begin. You have to remain still and you have to answer yes or no only to the questions that will be asked. You are now going to feel the pressure in your arm. This pressure will stay in your arm till the test is over.
Question number 1. Have you ever been called by the name Christian?
Yes.
Question number 2. Do you drink water?
Yes.
Question number 3. Were you in the vicinity of 𝗪𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥's house between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. last Sunday, May 26, 2024?
No.
Question number 4. Are you now sitting in a chair?
Yes.
Question number 5. Have you ever experienced unwanted sexual contact or behavior that made you feel uncomfortable, frightened, or threatened?
No.
Question number 6. Have you ever participated in or attended any educational programs or workshops on the topic of sexual consent and assault?
No.
Question number 7. Are you married?
No.
Question number 8. Were the cat in the crime scene of 𝗪𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥 yours?
No.
Question number 9. Do you have any direct knowledge or evidence about who are with Miss 𝗪𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗥 the day before the crime happened?
No.
Question number 10. Have you ever attended any programs or workshops on the topic of sexual consent or assault from this locality?
No.
This remains still. The test is now over. You may now shake out your hands and keep the blood flowing again.
Phase 4. Post-test interview. This is done just after the instrument is turned off. If the polygraph test result indicates deception, the examiner will then proceed to conduct short interrogation, the purpose of which is to obtain confession. However, if the polygraph indicates the subject is innocent, the examiner will just release the subject cordially and thanks him/her for his cooperation.